Folks, you're going to have to use your imagination. This is home plate from old Exhibition Stadium back in 1985. Think about George Brett standing at home plate, game 6, leans back, knocks it straight out of Exhibition Stadium. The Royals go on to win that series 4-3. They go on to beat the St. Louis Cardinals for their only World Championship. George Brett and Buck Martinez take us back. Tell me what you remember most about '85 that sticks out in your mind.
I flew out once to the 20-yard line. As Harry Carey once said, fly ball to center field, back goes Lemon to the 30, to 25, to 20, he caught it. It was a football stadium, was what it was, you know.
What'd you think about it? What was the surface like? What was it like?
It wasn't a very good surface at that time, no. I remember sliding into second base one time and got 18 stitches.
Ooh.
Hit the seam, those seams they had around them, trying to break up a double play, and Ron Taylor, an ex-Royal, sewed me up after the game. But no, it wasn't a good stadium. I didn't like it at all.
Buck, you played on a lot.
No, it wasn't a good stadium. George was right. It was crowned, and from the catcher's position, I couldn't see George Bell's legs or Lloyd Mosby's legs because they were on the bottom part of the crown. And balls would split the outfielders, and because of that crown, they'd go all the way to the fence. But it was the incubator for baseball in Canada. And, you know, when George is right, Tony Fernandez broke his elbow on the sliding pit at second when he was upended on double play. But there were a lot of things that were wrong with the stadium, but at the same time, it introduced baseball to Canada here in Toronto.
And it held a lot of people.
How
many people?
47,000.
47,000.
Because it was a racetrack originally. It was originally a racetrack, and the North Grandstand was the home stretch of a racetrack. And then they got the Argos there, and then they put in the end zone and the other sideline, and it was a football field that went away from the third base foul line. So, yeah, it was an unusual place, that's for sure.
Look, I know you were injured during the '85 playoffs, but what do you remember about that playoff series between yourselves and the Royals? I know you're a former Royal, too. So.
Bobby Cox's meeting says, don't let George Brett beat us.
I'm glad nobody listened.
No, only one guy didn't listen. That was Doyle Alexander.
Didn't work, and you did have a heck of a series.
Yeah, it was a good one. It didn't start off very good. I remember I made an error in the first game. Guy hit a high chopper to me, and I tried to charge it, and I got that in-between hop, you know, and especially on turf, and it goes from turf to dirt, and then the ball picks up different spin, and all of a sudden I got that in-between hop and booted it, and sure enough, the next game a guy hits the same ground ball, and I said, well, I'm not stupid enough to make the same mistake twice, so I backed up, missed that one too. But game 3 kind of turned it around for me.
Yeah, and it really turned it around for you guys too, because you needed to win that game. And, you know, to really continue on, because it's the first time it's a best of 7, you don't want to go 3 games down.
Right. Well, if it wasn't best of 7 and we didn't win that game, we were done. And if it wasn't best of 7, guess what? We would have been done the next day. Exactly. So I'm glad baseball changed its policy and made that series 4 out of 7, or else we'd never have a World Series championship in Kansas City.
Exactly. And you, what do you think about that, Buck?
Well, you know, we were always complaining, and it should be Game 7. It should be 7-game series to really get a true test of both ball clubs. And unfortunately, that was the year that we won the first 3 and before they had their second win. So it was a great series.
Now, what was wrong with you? Why were you hurt?
I broke my leg in July.
Was that when you had at home plate?
Play,
Yeah.
Okay,
so that was 85.
Well, Bobby Cox said I could play if I could stand the pain because it wasn't going to hurt my speed.
Yeah, that's right. You got that right. You got that right. Who was the backup catcher then?
Ernie Witt. You loved
Ernie
him.
Witt. Ernie Witt was the #1 catcher when you got hurt. So who was the backup behind Ernie?
Oh, Jeff Herron, I think, came in.
Okay, Jeff Herron. Okay.
But you always loved hitting with Ernie Witt catching.
Yeah, well, he didn't tell me what was coming. And you never believed him. It was like when I faced Jamie. Here it comes right here. Be ready. And you never know if you're going to believe, if he's screwing with you or not, you know. And 99% of the time you take it because now he's in your mind a little bit. And I was like Yogi, you can't think and hit at the same time. And so when they would say something to me, I'm going, oh my God, are they telling the truth or lying?
This is really going to be the one he's going to throw a fastball, and I'm going to miss it.
Yeah. And then when you throw a fastball right down the middle, they would always say, told you.
You knew it was coming, George. Yeah. You knew it was coming. There's a mystique about this place now. Everybody thinks, you know, they're stealing signs, and you hear all that stuff all the time. Is that is it psychological for the opposition?
Absolutely it is. The Blue Jays hit so well in this ballpark, and George and I were talking about this ballpark. You can hit home runs from foul pole to foul pole. And we have seen the impact of Josh Donaldson playing in this ballpark. He came from Oakland, where you had to pull everything down left field line to hit it out. So now he comes here, and the first week he hits a couple home runs to right, and you go, boy, I love this place. So you know what? There's been a lot made about it. Bautista had 2 home run championships here. They hit balls in the upper deck like now it's nothing, but the hitters are a lot different now. And you know, I think this is just a very good ball club that hits a lot of home runs in this ballpark.
Yeah. And the Royals hit a lot more home runs this year than last. That's for doggone sure. Not here, but just overall.
Well, I don't know how many they've hit here, if any. You know, they played here, what, 4 games? I think 4 games.
4 games.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm watching these guys take BP right now, and I tell you what, the ball's flying out of here. It's jumping pretty good tonight.
Thanks, guys. I
Okay.
appreciate it. Thanks, George.